Parallel processing is a very important capacity or a skill or tool that we can start to develop that will help us to sit with discomfort. So what I mean by this is parallel, multiple things in line with each other, and processing. So when we drive a car, hands on the wheel steering, foot on the accelerator, switching to the brake, looking in front of us, looking behind us, looking on each side, blinkers, windshield wipers, radio, heat, and if you're like most people today, phone at the same time. We're doing all of these things unconsciously. We're not thinking about each individual motion. The way that we learned how to do this is by practicing it and doing it in repetition. We can do the same thing with our internal processing. We can start to pay attention to our physical feelings. There's a tension in my gut. My shoulders just got stiff. My jaw is a little constricted. My brow has a little tension here. We can start to notice these. We can start to notice the emotions. I'm scared. I might not be communicating myself right. People might not understand what I'm saying. I might not be understood. I might not be well received. Oh, there's beliefs. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve this. I'm inadequate. I'm stupid. So on and so forth. So we start to pay attention to each one of these. And the more that we start to pay attention to the tension in our body, we can start to notice the emotion that comes with it. We can start to notice the belief that comes with that. And just like driving the car, the more that we do these, the more that we pay attention to the feelings, the emotions, the beliefs, the mental aspect, the more we can do so without giving it much thought. It's just our default nature. And this requires a great deal of practice to develop this capacity because, well, the way that most of us adapted to pain and trauma early in life is to distract and get away from it. The vast majority of us didn't have somebody there that was emotionally attuned and regulated and present who could help us identify our emotions, process and express them, or comfort and soothe our emotions. We were alone with our pain. So we had to figure out how to do it on our own, how to process our pain on our own. And the way that most of us learn to process our pain is to distract and get away from it, to suppress it, to try to push it away. And so developing the capacities to sit with these feelings is very, very important. The way that we do it is we start with one simple thing. Once we can do that, once we're always in tune with, say, the feeling in our gut, the depth of our breath, the rhythm of our heartbeat, the feelings, the tensions, the constrictions in our throats, right? The clenchings in our jaw, the tension in our shoulder. Once we start to get in tune with one of those, we just add a second one on. Okay, I'm paying attention to my gut and my heart right now. Paying attention to my gut, my heart, and my breathing at the same time. We just keep adding one extra thing on. Okay, I can push the accelerator and turn right now and look forward, and I can look back. One extra thing at a time. Once we start to be very aware of our own process, we know the physical feelings, we know the emotions, we know the beliefs, then we can start to pay close attention to somebody else. So we can start to see what somebody else is going through, what their feelings are when they're getting tense, when they're constricted, when they're getting a heat flush, when they're getting angry, when they're getting sad or scared. We can see the beliefs that they have. So when we have a partner that is in a lot of pain because something is getting brought up from a pain that they used to carry early in life, they want to have connections with lots of people and they're very isolated and they want to go out but they're really scared to do it because it's going to result in pain. And we see this building up. As soon as they get angry and they start yelling at us, we know that it's not about us, even though every word is about us. They're just carrying around all this extra pain and they don't know what to do with it. So now we can make the choice, just as we do for ourselves, to sit with that pain, to be calm and relaxed, mature and regulated, present and attuned. We can do the same thing for the other person. And this capacity of parallel processing, of being in tune with the things that we're experiencing on different levels, is how we can be present with other people. Come here, come here, come here. Let me scoop you up. Whoa-bah. That's how we can be present with lots of other people. See, I was talking to the camera. I was paying very close attention to how I was feeling. I was paying very close attention to my words and my thoughts and trying to construct them articulately. And I also saw this precious little girl walking around. And she was looking at me saying, I want some attention too. And now I can pay very close attention to what I'm saying, very close attention to what I'm feeling, and also very close attention to what she's feeling and what she needs. And this is how we can start to break the patterns of intergenerational trauma. The same patterns that were handed to us as they were handed to our parents. You want to get down, baby? Go ahead. Ooh, there she goes.